mic in place. Got it. Okay. I thought today might be kind of fun to introduce you to some of the pairings that we're doing. So let's start with a Dumbla. Hey, Mama. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, big girl. I'm going to take her out for a minute. She's not going to want to hang out for too long. Okay, so this is a Dumbla. I'm going to try and get some good shots of her for y'all. Let's see if I can move her in a little bit closer, just so you guys can actually like appreciate how pretty she is. A Dumbla is a lesser Ultramel. You want to show your face, pretty girl? There we go. She is about 2,000 grams right now. And she has been paired a couple of times. She's sitting about 20 millimeters follicles right now. I'm going to set her back just because I don't want to bug her a ton. She's super, super sweet. We're really excited about this pairing this year. And I can actually show you. Let me bring the camera over here and I'll show you where she's living too, just so you guys know. People ask a lot about how we keep these rocks. So this is hers currently, and tomorrow is cleaning day, so obviously it looks kind of like a mess right now. But we keep pretty big hides in there for our big female girls so that they can spend a lot of their time hiding. But these are the ARS 80s that they're living in. And we just keep simple tags up there. And then everything's, we keep all their records digitally. So this season, a Dumbla is actually pairing to Yeri. He's a lesser Leopard Ultramel clown. And he was not our first choice for her. The reason that he wasn't our first choice is because there's lesser on both sides of that pairing. But the male that we had originally chosen for her actually went off food the first time that we paired him and never went back on food. We're still working to get him back on food, and that's one of our things with breeding our males. We want them to be strong on food throughout the season. Can y'all hear that? That's my chickens outside. They're like losing their minds. They just started laying eggs, so they've been a little bit insane lately. But for males that tend to go off food during breeding season, oh my gosh, girls. Yeah, that's definitely the like laying egg noise that they're doing right now. But for males that tend to go off food during breeding season, we tend to rotate them out of our breeding lineup. It's just not something we want to see in our males. We run a very small breeding program, and with that, we tend to be really picky with which animals make it into our breeding lineup. I'm going to put some B-roll in here of Yeri, the male that she's paired to, because he's in pairing with another girl. I know he's a little bit of a player, but he's an excellent breeder, so that's why we decided to rotate him in place of Ymir. And I'll pull Ymir out in a second so I can show him to you. So she was going to go with a blackhead Ultramel, and he's beautiful. He was produced by Canova. Like I said, he just went off food immediately. He has not gone back on food yet. Truthfully, we will probably, once he's back on food, well established on food, we might actually reach out to some of the like pet owners that we know and move him into a pet home, simply because like for us, that does not make a good strong breeder male. All of the breeder males we have in our collection stay on food the whole season. That's really important to us. So this is Ymir. Let's see if that's focusing on me. This is Ymir, that blackhead Ultramel. He's also super shy. So you see that he's just balled up and he kind of stays like this. Like I said, beautiful guy. We would have loved to see the blackhead lesser Ultramels. I think they would have made some beautiful pets. But with him going off food, we just weren't willing to risk his health to continue pairing him. I think someday he's going to make a great pet for someone. But we've got to get him back on food, get him strong eating, and make sure that he calms down a little bit, that he's willing to open up and be a little bit more social. Once he hits that point, of course, as a breeder, we're going to take a little bit of loss on the initial purchase of him. That's okay with us. Like, that's going to happen. Like, unfortunately, that we go through that sometimes with our males, but we're picky. It's not our only source of income, so we're willing to be that picky. Sorry, brief interruption. Hopefully the chickens are going to quiet down now. See, one of my girls, her name's Guac. Every time she lays an egg, she continues squawking until I come out and collect it. This is what all that noise was about. Quiet now, because I have now got the egg. I don't know. If I don't get the egg, she has to yell about it until I take care of it. It's a whole thing. So back to this pairing with a Dumbla and Yeri. Some of our hopes with this, we're definitely going to get an Ultramels. It's going to be all Ultramels, which is great because Ultramels age beautifully. They look beautiful as babies. They look beautiful as adults. So they make great breeders and pets, in our opinion. The other great thing, we should have some lesser Ultramels. You saw a Dumbla. She's a lesser Ultramel. Also beautiful as babies and as adults. Yeri, he's a lesser Leopard Ultramel clown. So all of these babies will be het for clown, which means they can make excellent breeders as well. The risk with it is some of them will be bells, which means they could be all white snakes, not showing any of that, which means they'll still be great pets. Could they be useful breeders for some people? Absolutely. So I do think some of these are going to be really excellent pet animals, and for some people, they're going to be good for certain breeding programs. One of the things that we really specialize in and aim to do is make sure that we're producing animals that are great, whether or not they're pets or breeders. We want to produce a really good animal. What you do with it is up to you. So we produce an animal that we want to look good from a baby to an adult. So no matter what you do with it, you put it in a rack, you put it in a display, we want you to be happy with it. And then we also switch all of our hatchlings over from live to frozen thawed before they go out to a customer, before they're even listed. If you are a breeder and you specifically want them still on live, let us know. We can get them on, we can make sure they're on live for you. We just need to know that before they go out to you. Because we are a small business, all of our animals are handled. That is both by us and by our son. He is 5 years old. So all of them are handled on a regular basis. So we can tell you a general idea of their personality in our care. Now, does that mean that we can guarantee how they're going to act in your care? No. These are animals. The way that you treat them, the way that you set them up is going to influence how they act in your care. If you don't treat them right, if you set them up in an environment that stresses them out, of course they're going to act stressed out. But I can give you a general idea of how they act. We're really excited about some of the other projects we're working as well. We're going to be working in the Exanthic Desert Ghost Clown project this year. We're working in the Ultramel Sunset. We've got some other stuff going on in our Ultramel Clown project that I'm really excited to tell you guys about. I'll be talking more on that later. But I really wanted to kind of start this series talking about more of our like pet level and like mid-tier breeder projects, because it's something that we have really worked to kind of specialize in, that we have them on frozen thawed, that we really work to make sure they're very handleable for our customers. It's something that we pride ourselves in, and that I think that we've brought a lot of joy to our customers through. Let me know if you like this, if you like kind of getting to know the breeders, getting to know our animals, and I'll do more of this and introduce you to some more of the breeders. Next time I'll make sure to get more of the males out. I'm sorry, they're breeding right now, so I can't really interrupt them. They don't like that all that much. But I'm Stacy, this is Midgard Morphs, and I'll catch you on the next one. Love y'all, bye!